bro, am I the only nigga who thought that Lil Baby was the corniest nigga in the industry, bro? Since day one. Okay. The shit he did with Gunna was cool. Pure Cocaine was freestyle was lit. None can touch the freestyle shit, but that was kind of like the ceiling for me. And that wasn't even really where he went off and took off. He started going off doing this industry label shit. Like, he wasn't a nigga who was just making hits like on some Young Thug shit where Young Thug was already signed to like labels and shit, but you could tell Young Thug was just dropping singles. Like, he was doing his album shit, but he would drop singles like one after the other. Like, the nigga was putting out hits that you could singularly, individually access. You didn't have to look at a whole fucking cover art and be like, okay, this nigga's doing a storyline. Putting it like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I never fucked with his, like, the rollout of his albums. To me, it wasn't nothing like NBA Youngboy, the way 21 Savage did his shit. It was just, it felt so forced and it felt so inauthentic. Firstly, with a name called Lil Baby. I never thought that nigga's name was really that deep. I didn't. I didn't think it was that cool. The nigga is people say he could really rap. I'm like, yeah, but can he? Like, he be saying the same shit most of the time. He tried to get on this little Black Lives Matter little fist up in the air shit. That was cool. I appreciate that he did that at the BET Award performance. I was surprised. He did that, but that was fake as hell. We ain't even gonna mention the Michael Rubin shit. We ain't gonna do him like that, but that goes into this. This feeds into the corny shit that he is up to. We find him involved in, and it's like, you're always doing the nigga. And then I think they tried to say he was so like intelligent or some shit, but I remember when he first came out, or on these interviews, nigga tried to act like all intellectual and like, oh, I'm not just a rapper, like I'm a motherfucking like, you know, activist and shit. I'm like, nigga, weren't you just off on live every 5 seconds off? Couldn't even form a sentence. Nigga's eyes was going one way, the other eye was going the other way. Like, hey, if you got an addiction, my nigga, hey, you got an addiction to fucking Percocets or whatever, bro. But, you know, you like under the age of 25. You getting money. You doing well. Chill off the fucking perks. But all I'm gonna say is like, bruh, I was never the biggest Lil Baby fan. Let me try to figure out what I'm saying. Now I think around, okay, Street Gossip was hard. Harder Than Ever was hard. Too Hard, a little bit to the same names. I don't know why nobody could tell this nigga to like not, you know, like maybe change the titles just a little bit. But I ain't mad at the nigga. But when my turn came around, I realized maybe this is his turning into industry wanting to be all like, and it's not, I'm not gonna say just because it was very artistic and he's sitting on a stoop and it's by a lake. We ain't gonna know. It's just because you could tell there's a drastic change within his cover art of his album covers, where you can see The nigga took a strict turn from the streets to the motherfucking industry. Now, whatever direction he made for real, I don't know. However, he ended up at the Reuben parties, I am not aware of. But maybe his My Turn album was his introduction, his induction into the Hall of Fame of those parties. That's all I'm gonna say, bro, because you could tell this album cover is totally different than anything he's ever done. Granted, he's coming up. This was 2020. I'll give him that. Pandemic came around. Then he dropped It's Only Me, which I don't even really remember any songs from this shit. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, that one Hey Hey, which you started to see he's kind of just not even giving a fuck about how his music sounds anymore. He's just making songs just to make it. He can make a song and it's just gonna play on the radio, or he's so industry pushed, so industry forced. I feel like that anything he dropped, niggas was just fucking with it because it's Lil Baby and just because he can flow a little bit, say it sound the same flow every time, same voice every time. For me, you can say he's consistent. If you're really listening to the bars, you let me know. I just feel like I never really understood the hype around Lil Baby. Yeah, he has some cool features. He got some cool verses on some songs, but for me, I just never really. I was more of a Gunna fan. And from what I heard, I think Gunna wrote his fucking raps, bro. Gunna was writing for niggas. If you go into Gunna's new earliest shit, you can see the creativity and the authenticity of Gunna's flow, his wordplay, his metaphors, his similes, his alliteration, and all that shit was very complex and advanced and golden. Like, I'm just saying, nigga, was golden. So I can see how Lil Baby would kind of take influence from a nigga like Gunna and run with it. That's all I'm gonna say. Say whatever you want about Gunna, but the nigga's talented than most of these niggas out here. Singing wise, when the nigga does that humming shit, yeah, the Lil Baby can't do that. No niggas can do that. That's Gunna. Gunna is I say Lil Baby's more of a rapper. Gunna's a fucking artist, and I'm gonna leave it at that. So I just heard this nigga admit to paying Gunna $100 to write a song to teach him how to hop in the booth and record his music to teach the nigga how to do a fucking rap song and flow. So Gunna helped this nigga from the jump. Gunna was already an established nigga in the streets, apparently, who niggas knew he could rap. Gunna was known as a rapper in his hood, in Atlanta, wherever. And that's why it's like Lil Baby was more the face of, I think he was more of an acceptable face, a pushed, I say pushed, he was pushed, but a renowned face, an accepted face of like the Atlanta QC label. Lil Yachty was like on the spectrum, And we ain't saying that, but I'm saying like he was on the spectrum. But Lil Yachty was on his own like wave, and it kind of died out. It kind of faded away. He started doing a lot of different spectrum shit, and it kind of, I think it just made him separate from what niggas wanted to hear, at least in the rap category. He actually just went to, but then he ended up doing a lot of the, he went back to the street shit. He went back to the nigga shit and said, okay, I'm back to being solid. I'm gonna go fuck with the niggas in Detroit. Okay, Flint, matter of fact. And he went on his drill, Flint drill. So, Yachty, he doing podcasts with Dr. Umar and in the cat house. I don't know what that is about, but Umar, you can't do that again. You can't sit in a cat house with two different niggas, or one nigga here, one nigga there, one nigga in the bed, one nigga in the cat house, one nigga in the motherfucking cat den. We can't do that. But that's neither here nor there. Dr. Umar, don't ever do that again. Okay. But back to these rap niggas. I never was a Lil Baby fan. Lil Yachty was pushed just as much. And I was a Lil Yachty fan from the jump, from one night, bunch of old shit. I gotta actually go back into my Lil Yachty bag. Because I used to fuck with that nigga 8th grade, 9th grade. I was the biggest fan. Until he dropped his Teenage Emotions album. So I'm starting to see a pattern with these niggas is that they be doing a lot of solid shit. A lot of solid street shit. For the streets. For niggas who like to listen to rap music. They get signed. Give them 2-3 years under their belt of that signature of their contract. Their niggas, the industry, the QC, whatever, will ask them to do some extracurricular activity and diversify as fuck and say, oh nigga, go make this shit like a fucking go do a rainbow album. Some shit that totally disregarded what the fuck he was talking about in his cold like Minnesota. His one night, nigga, basically go do some crazy shit. Go do some off the wall shit. And then he just went off from there. I think Lil Yachty kind of faded out. He went back hard to go do his Detroit Flint shit. Give him the respect for that. That's my thing with Lil Yachty. Like, I had to step away when the nigga started dropping albums like Teenage Emotions. Mind you, I think that song that had Peekaboo. I wasn't the biggest fan of that Peekaboo song. It just had the Migos in it. It went a little hard because niggas like it was that like I just couldn't fuck with his little like choruses. It was too simple. It just didn't sound good. His voice, he started like really trying to rap and do his like and like deep in like, you know, like come at niggas and like pause, but like he wanted to like be more aggressive, and that's not what we want from Lil Yachty. At certain points, his XXL Cypher, I fuck with it. That was an aggressive side. He has a couple aggressive verses, like on that one song he did with T Grizzly. I think it was D to the A or some shit like that. He has a couple aggressive verses that we want to hear. But for the most part, when we hear Lil Yachty, we want to hear that monotone, fucking Sesame Street Cookie Monster sounding ass voice. We want to hear the nigga sounding like he need a cough drop. We want to hear that. We want to hear the nigga sound like he need a fucking a revival and some Narcan in his fucking shit. That's what we want to hear. We don't want to hear you talking about shooting niggas. And if we do, we want to hear you say that in a very soft voice where it sounds like it's a lullaby. That's what we fuck with you for, Lil Yachty. Was your lullaby fairy tale sounding shit. But you keep trying to go back into this, oh, I want to be I want to show niggas that I'm still like that. It's like you never been. I mean, from what I thought, I'm not saying he in real life, I don't know what he's on. I'm just saying, music-wise, bro, your music was never on that, like, let's be aggressive. And I just don't get it. And the thing is, for me, is like, if Gunna was the inspiration of the beginning of your recordings in the studio, that must mean that he kind of like framed your whole career, like your whole persona in this rap shit. He made it cool for you to sound cool on the beat, bro. Basically, what you're telling me is you were a second version of Gunna with more like straight up bars, because you're not a nigga who can flow and sing on a shit. Like, you got that from Gunna. You got the wave, that drip or drown, like, just aura from Gunna. So you telling me you got your whole sound from Gunna. And it makes sense, because when you go, that's what I was gonna mention Rilo. My issue with the whole Lil Baby craze fandom is, why is it always a talented nigga who's always secondary looked at compared to Lil Baby? Lil Baby always came out with Gunna, or it was Rilo. Two niggas who, to me, are way more talented, more creative, bar for bar are harder, flow for flow are harder. I don't even really know what the definition of cadence is, but I think both them niggas got that shit down pat for me. And the swag of the shit. Gunna's a swaggy ass nigga. He's always been a fashion nigga. Rilo is too. Rilo's just a cool, like, Rilo's just a nigga you could kick it with. Rilo's just a cool nigga, bro. Oh, it's bad. Like, I could see me and Rilo just being cool. Did you see that nigga order the pancakes at the fucking the motherfucking whatever he was at, the whatever Denny's? Like, Rilo's a cool nigga, bro. It bleeds through the music videos. The nigga just has a cool energy. It's natural to them niggas, bro. I don't ever feel like Lil Baby was a naturally swagger nigga. I just feel that way compared to like a nigga like Gunna or a nigga like Rilo. Rilo didn't even get his push, didn't even get his big standout until probably Lil Baby had to allow it. I feel like somebody okayed Rilo to come out and drop all these big albums, and now Rilo's looked at as a fucking mainstream artist. We like Drewski was saying, we had to go through the unreleased files to find some Rilo shit. I fucking first time I heard Rilo was I think his song he made with Money Man, or maybe I'm tripping. But I had to find Rilo, and it was crazy, and it's crazy because it's like, I don't know if I feel like Rilo was rapping before Lil Baby, bro. Why is it always the more talented niggas are looked at as secondary and get the shine later? Their come up is always like so delayed. I feel like that's the right word. Like, the Rilo's career in up in the industry was so delayed that it's like, damn. Now he has like a big album that's like top charting. Like what happened? And it's just to me, it's like both them niggas are more, in my opinion. Give me Gunna, give me Rallo before you even ask me about some little baby shit. I can't even name after freestyle or pure cocaine. I can't even name you a little baby song for real. That's just him by himself. Just his hit, bro. Just a single feat, not a feature, not a just his hit. No features, bro. Just his hit. That, that's all I'm gonna say. And I'm gonna say this, just as a to zoom out and look at the lens upon the Atlanta rap scene. How did Lil Baby come out to be the GOAT of that like generation, that era? When he really don't even got the character for it. I never thought the nigga had like that rapper persona character. Like he was so generic to me. He was like a 2K created nigga, bro. Gunna's not that. Rilo's not that. Young Thug is definitely not that. Young Thug is the furthest thing from a 2K created generic nigga you could ever think of. He's definitely a unique nigga. Can't take that away from him. Who else? Lil Yachty's not no. I mean, Lil Yachty was probably very high pushed in the industry because he was very non-threatening, very his music was very like niggas would say it was for soft ears, right? But I don't understand how Lil Baby came out on top with that shit when there was so many Atlanta rappers doing their thing. I always just thought that the Lil Baby shit was just some industry plant shit, and I'm gonna just say that 21 Savage is not an industry. Well, okay, 21 Savage, I would say, had his ups and downs with this industry push shit. But his albums, like fucking, what's the one? It's an album. Nothing Lil Baby has ever dropped could ever touch anything on that nigga's fucking album. Nothing. I just don't think that Lil Baby's albums even measure up to what some of these other niggas have dropped in his age group category from his own city. I just feel like that. His shit don't compare to Gunna. His shit don't compare to Rallo. Definitely don't compare to no damn Gunna albums. No Drip or Drown. No Wanna. Nigga. Let's go from any fucking Young Thug album. Okay? It's too many to even think of. And I'm trying to look at, like, think of more Atlanta rappers of this generation. Okay, Quavo, that's Migos. We ain't gonna count them. That's a group. We ain't gonna do that. But Quavo has a lot of fucking verses too, right? But I ain't gonna. I'm not. I'm gonna. You know, give Quavo his just due because I feel like niggas don't give Quavo his just due. Like Quavo really was the just face of rap on an international scale with his hooks. Uh, Future. I mean, yeah, like bro, to me, Future is in a different. He's on like the Young Thug type of scale, I would say. Future's on that Young Thug type of scale. Um, But the nigga's in his own category. But I personally don't think that. I personally don't think that Lil Baby shit comes close to any of Future's albums or the impact that Future had on the motherfucking rap game from like when niggas was in middle school talking about 2014, 15, 16 SoundCloud era. I just think his impact on the streets was not like that to me. And I'm talking about in the music manner. That's all I'm gonna say. From when niggas was putting some shit in their ears, like earphones and headphones. I don't. I just don't understand this damn Little Baby craze. I don't. I don't. And you know, it's R.I.P. Rich Homie Quan. Rest in peace. You feel me? That nigga was one of my favorite rappers, bro, just of all time. You know what I mean? Walk through. You know what I'm saying? Type of way. Make you feel some type of way. And then my nigga, all types of songs. I don't even know if y'all was tapped into his new shit. It's gonna get way too much to worry about nigga. Like, bro, he still was coming back from whatever, I guess, descendants his career had. I don't know what he was going. I don't know what was going on. But my thing is, a nigga still could create a quality track, and you be like, damn, that's Rich Homie Quan. That's still like that nigga, bro. You know, and that we really gonna miss the nigga, man. Really gonna miss the nigga, cause you know he was that to Atlanta rap. You know, he was the main nigga before every other nigga just took off in Atlanta for real. He was during that Future stage where it was like still like we was trying to figure out who was gonna be the man of the Atlanta rap scene, and he was like the main nigga at that point. You know what I mean? So it's really just it's upsetting. It's sad to hear. But yeah, we RIP that nigga, man, for real though. Whatever happened to Rich the Kid, bro? That's another good question. I ain't even know he was from Atlanta. I never fucked with that one song, "Pick It Up." Was that what was that? Was that with? Because I know Famous Dex, Rich the Kid's songs were best when he had a feature. Uh, Mostly with Famous Dex or like some Trippy Red type shit. That's just my opinion. Um, 2 Chains. 2 Chains had the motherfucking game on lock too. I can't lie, he did. I give him that. I'm trying to just talk about niggas from this generation. Like 2 Chains had the game on lock. At the same time that Future was coming around, it was really like Future and 2 Chains. The Rich Homie Quan at the time, and then Young Thug just came over and just swept niggas under the rug. I ain't gonna lie.
Hold up, hold up. I don't know what your niggas off of, but my niggas off that Zazo. Some niggas off that, some niggas off that Ritalin, that Pissini Green, my niggas off that Zazo. My niggas off that Zazo. What your niggas off of? What your niggas off of? My niggas off that Zazo. Check the commercial.
Or is he a black man trying to get his black dollars, or is he a black man trying to make dollars off black people.
Shit, I don't know what y'all niggas off of, but my niggas off that Zazo.
Go run down the court, motherfucker, till you pass out, bitch. I don't give a fuck. We LeVar Ball around this motherfucker. We LeVar Ball. We Ball brothers. I feel like he looks like a gremlin that stays on the stoop, like a little Smeagol on the stoop in the hood. That's what Eddie Griffin looks like. Huh? Uh, that's fucked up. Sorry to his beard. No, but Mace just heavily. He said, I guess he said, Shannon Sharp is doing sugary shit. Sugary.
They've shown that they can you can make a McDonald's burger and sit it, and sit it somewhere, and it would not deteriorate. It would not fade away. It would not go away it was won't. People have shown that.
But isn't that like, dang, if I was in space and I passed by, I'd be like, oh, okay, that looked like I can still eat that.
We have a water shortage in this world. We have too many people on this planet. We have too many people eating food on this planet. So half of the time, you don't know what you're eating sometimes because, especially when you eat a lot of different meats, because a lot of times there's not enough chicken, not enough beef, not enough pork to sustain the human beings on this planet. So they have to come up with other ways. Some countries do it differently. They'll make rats. They'll take rats, big old giant rats, and cut them up, feed them till they get big, like a rat get about Rubio size. They kill it, and then call it chicken. And you don't know. They call it beef. You don't know. They call it pork. Oh, now they're saying fuck it. Bill Gates got a whole new thing.
Yeah, they genetically do things now.
Yeah, make it in the fucking laboratory, and people go, oh. That's even better. See,
they're making I think now they're making animal. Well, that's how they make all these chickens. Is they clone? That's how they make dogs now. They clone dogs. That's how they get all these different dogs. How does that dog? That dog doesn't look.
That forever.
Yeah, but no. But now I'm saying now they do it with the AI. They do it with the computer where it's like you can generate a dog. I mean, all the people who do the robots and DNA stuff, they done that. They breed the dogs and genetically can not computerize, but they systemically somehow do it where it's like through technology, I think.
I don't
know. Maybe not.
Yeah,
You just said that. You just said that Bill Gates does it in the lab.
No, I didn't say. I said he has been able. They're creating meat for people to consumptions.
So yeah, no. So they're putting technology stuff in the animals. They're putting technology stuff in the animals. No.
They've been doing that forever. They've been making make a cow. Make a horse. You got that horse.
Think about it. You take blood from this animal and put it in this animal.
That ain't gonna probably hurt the animal.
will it make the meat? Will it help the? I don't know. Maybe it's a way to keep the meat like to keep like preserve meat supply. Like you just said, they take the blood from this animal and fill it up here. I don't know. Hopefully not. I've heard they said that people were saying that when all these kids go missing, when people go missing, that it's chicken, and then they come out all these chicken sandwiches. Then I've also heard that, well, we not heard, but we know that when the Popeyes chicken sandwiches come out, you got people they going crazy over them, and it's like, no. If you watch, I don't know if he was a pastor or like he was some guy who just talks, like a talk guy, but an intelligent guy, and he said, this sandwich doesn't really sound like a regular type of sandwich.
I heard somebody say they did a test on it, and they found that it had about so many different things in it.
Oh no, it has very much ingredients, a lot.
And you made a lot of them,
A lot of people at UC Irvine have, but yes, but that's not the point. Well, I haven't had as many as everybody. I've had my fair share.
I'm just saying.
I've had a fair share.
Walk into that fire.
I've had McDonald's way more times than that.
Just because, a lot of people walk in the fire. Don't mean you gotta walk in it.
Oh, okay. But the 35 mil, the ingredients in the sandwich is like, that's a lot. But no, the thing is that all these things that shouldn't be there, and
doesn't matter. They're there now.
They're there.
All the conversation, any light conversation we have about this same way.
No, but it's that he's saying how it makes people go crazy. It's just sad.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Only the first time you saw him.
Well, if you can't find out what you're eating, then how would you know if you never find out what you're eating?
Just don't eat it.
Basically, I guess.
If you don't eat it, then you're going to have to pay the price. Don't eat it. That's all. I mean, you can eat it. I mean, you have to do it.
So do you believe that food makes people they're putting ingredients in food to make people violent?
Early death. Early death. We know that certain things are going to shut you down. You keep eating, not just you, I'm saying, not you personally, but people eat tons of meat. And you go here.
Huh? Bruh. No, because I keep seeing people posting him and putting pictures of him, and I'm like, what the fuck are they keep talking about Rich Homie Quan?